This
management team has.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay.
Great. So today's session is going to be on alerts and exception handling. So yesterday we have seen analytics application in the control tower module. We have seen how to plot different charts, and we have seen the aggregation and disaggregation on the fly. So uh, we can create the chart in the way that we want. We can customize it to the core, starting from the colors of the chart, and then a lot of other functionalities are there. We have seen it. The filtering options, we have seen it. We have also seen the drill down functionality. For example, you start with brand data, for example, a forecast at a brand level. You can drill it down to a particular product group level inside that brand, and then from group you can also further drill down to the SKU level, product ID level, etc., etc. So we have seen all that. And today we'll be touch basing on the alerts and exception handling. If time permits, we'll also get into the dashboards, how to create a dashboards and other stuff.
Sounds good.
So the planning
There,
books are gone. Nowhere it will come. So the
sorry.
planning, sorry, no, just a basic question. The like demand, in the demand and supply, we used to live on planning books, right? So there is no more planning book at all. Like,
Uh, Now there is only one thing, that is the planning view, a VB enabled EPM formatted Excel sheets. So as I told, once you download the IBP add-in, so you see the IBP button comes in here. It's a 40 MB file. All these are grayed out. So if you log in into the system, there will be a server link, cloud server link, and a user ID and a password, and obviously a particular planning area. So you can only log into a single planning area at any given instance. So once you log in, all this becomes active, and then you have to bring out a view. Now just like a planning book, we are bringing out a view here. So when you click on a view, there are different options that are available. First is a from template, without template, and a change history view. So I'll say from template. That means a template is already been created. So I'll click on it, and then a pop-up appears, and here there are different templates are there. First template is container planning, marketing forecast, output coefficient, statistical forecast, year to quarter. So I can pick one marketing forecast. So this is what yesterday we were saying, and so now it just brings out a planning view. It's an Excel planning template. So this template has a EPM formatting in the backend, and it fetches the data um, from the HANA database. So if I click on anything, this is a key figure, which is a marketing forecast quantity. So you see here there is a coding that is there in the backend, and the values are coming in here, and then there is a customer dimension here. So Amazon is a customer ID, the technical name is Amazon, description is this, and then this is a product ID. There are filters. You can, basically you can create the kind of, the template that you want. So usually when we are, like let's say implementing for Coke, we'll put all Coke logo here, and the color palette would be as per the Coke's brand, philosophy, and etc., etc. So we create, and then we create the templates that we want, and then we'll save it, and then we'll assign a particular templates to particular user groups. For example, all the demand related templates we'll assign it to the demand planners. All the supply related stuff we'll assign to supply planners. If there are any inventory related, we'll assign it to the inventory planners, etc., etc. So, and then this template will have multiple workbooks, and every workbook can have a different, you know the configuration of a planning view can be different from workbook to workbook. What I mean to say is the sales history can have all the sales related data. The time granularity can be in a yearly level or a quarterly level. System just aggregates and
So where do you
shows.
maintain these settings? I'm sorry, this is Satish. Where do we maintain these settings? Did I miss it yesterday?
No, I mean, you didn't miss anything. So this is coming in. So we'll go in detail on every button, like what will happen, like what is this favorites, what is this filter, what is this funnel, everything will see it. You didn't miss anything. So I'm just saying there's a doubt came in, how we live, how to do our day-to-day activities in IBP going forward. So
Okay.
this is where we do all our the actual planning. We'll do it here, but yesterday we have seen, guys, in analytics app also we can go and view the data. We can analyze the data from
Okay.
there, but
So the
actual
planning, excuse me. So the planning you can be viewed from can be viewed by the IBP tab, and you can load that whatever the key figures you want. That's what you want to say here.
uh, no, I'm saying, see, the, if you want to analyze the planning data, you go to the front end user interface, web UI. There are particular apps. Go into the tab, view the data. With
Okay.
with the Excel interface, you can actually manage the data. That means you can change the data. For example, I can
Okay.
change the value in here, week 19 2019, for Amazon
Mm-hmm.
customer for the product Galaxy M10B. I'll save it as a 2000 here, and then I'll
Mm-hmm.
save it here. And then I can do what if scenarios. I can run some operators, for example, forecasting algorithms, or run a snapshot operator, etc., etc. I can do more detailed planning from Excel interface.
Okay.
Okay, and then the data would be there in the HANA database, even the web.
Venkat,
Yeah,
can you ask others to please mute if you don't mind?
yeah, please, please. Whoever is not speaking, just please go on mute. Or if you, I mean, there's a disturbance coming in, you can just also send a message. I can read out the message. We can further discuss on it. So yeah, coming back to the question that our day-to-day activities would be on the Excel interface. Okay, but the actual configuration will do it in the web interface. For example, here the customer ID, which is part of customer master data. It might be, if we want to add different attributes like a custom attributes, all that config we have to do it in the web interface. All the planning area, activation, and then time profile creation, all the admin activities will do it in the front end, but the actual planning will do it in the Excel interface. And another important thing that we do with the Excel interface is we can view the master data. From front-end interface, we cannot view all the master data, but from Excel interface, we can view the master data, product master data, and then we can also change the master data, and then we can save the master data, and we can do all sorts of stuff from Excel interface. Okay, guys, I think we'll publish out a plan, or our entire training course. What are we going to cover day by day, so that you guys will know when this Excel planning thing is coming in, maybe on day 6 or day 7, and then what all topics we're going to cover inside it. So it would be useful for you guys for reference, or maybe you can do some homework before coming to the session, and then you can shoot out your questions accordingly. So we are in the process of it. We are finalizing the batch, total batch. So once we're done with that, we'll publish a course content, and then how we're going, what is a roadmap for us, how we're going to spend our next 20 days. Okay.
I mean, exactly. That helps a lot because I don't know whether I should ask these questions now or I should wait for a later time. I have
Yes,
I have
yes.
some questions. So definitely, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can please send. And starting with that, I mean, one last question. I mean, before we start, what you're trying to start. So you said like the data or the master data would be coming from HANA. So is that integrated with ECC just like how the API would be integrated?
Yes.
Or are we gonna talk about that in detail later on? I'm assuming.
Yes, we have a dedicated day for the integration thing. So but just
Okay.
like, I just don't want to make you live with this doubt. So this is like the architecture of IBP. On the right hand side, we have all the planners here. So all different folks that can that can access IBP here. So they're trying to interact with the IBP system here, which is sitting in the center, which is on HANA database. This is the IBP engine model, whatever you say. So this is the interface. One is Excel interface where you plan. Another is a web interface where you analyze. Third is a mobile interface where you analyze. And then on to the left hand side, you can see all other systems which are also trying to interact with IBP. And then the middleware, the integration thing tool is the HCI, HANA Cloud Integration. Okay. And ERP can talk to IBP, CRM, BPC, APO, BW, or any other legacy system, or it could be a simple flat file which you load into the IBP, which the planner will load into the IBP. There's a particular app where he can load the data into the IBP here. So this is kind of architecture, and there are other things here like other systems like Ariba, C4C, which can talk to IBP without requiring any of these HCI. So that is a seamless integration. There are a few touch points which Ariba can directly talk to IBP regarding the supplier shortages and supplier commits, whether supplier is going to send this much or not, whether he'll commit or not. So there were these kind of
Yes,
touch points which,
yeah.
yeah, and then there is no middleware required, so that's what I'm trying to say. And there's also another thing called
Okay.
C4C, cloud for customer. All after
Uh-huh.
the sales people does all the sales pitches, if they're confirmed with any leads, if they want to inform the IBP team so that they can also include these new leads in their demand planning processes, they can
Yeah.
just maintain the data in C4C that just floats back into IBP. And then there would be some specific key figures where the planners can see the inputs from a C4C also. So there was a dedicated day again for that. We'll say it where we don't need any
So,
HCI.
okay, and then the scope of IBP is very similar to APO. Is that right? I
Yes.
mean, the things it will deal with. I see demand
Yes.
planning there, and I'm thinking it has something like a MRP heuristic because I think, and maybe production planning.
Yes, we do have, but not the full scale PP or PPDS. So you guys know that PPDS has been chopped off from APO scope, and then it became its own independent thing in S4 system. So all the detailed
Mm-hmm.
heuristics that we have, all the campaign planning, etc., they were all taken off. So right now in
Okay.
IBP, we don't actually get into the detailed production planning, but we do very well. So in my last in my last two projects, we had done the IBP is responsible to come up with operational plan. When I say operational plan, it is a daily level production plan. But the minute to minute
Oh, okay.
scheduling will be happen to the PPDS. So now we push it to the PPDS, and they were
I mean,
like
well,
yeah.
I have never seen like any client who wants the minute-to-minute level, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean to say, not minute to minute, it's just scheduling. I'm saying, so scheduling when you
Right.
create
Right.
orders and all that. So I mean, there were these very, very, very specific requirements that they wanted to, if they start a production, if they want to start production for a particular product family, they want to stick to it for next n successive periods. So they don't want to have a mix of product family production. So there were these kind of very, very specific requirements, and which IBP obviously cannot do. You need a campaign planning for it. So
Yeah.
so what we did is like we come up with a rough cut plan. We it's kind of mixed up product family production, because that's what
Yeah. I think
optimizers
that's
say. That is a optimal way
right.
of producing as per the demand, as per the costs, as
Mm-hmm.
per the capacity available. We send it to PPDS. PPDS does their heuristics. PPDS comes up with the campaign planning. PPDS groups up all these product families. Again, they send it back to IBP. We'll take that results into IBP system. We'll rerun the optimizer for the second time, and we'll run it in such a way that the plan for the frozen horizon would be same as the PPDS plan. But why we are doing
Okay.
this is because we want the updated DRP plan to come up, like the deployment plan. We
The
want to take
deployment plan
input of
got it.
the yeah, we want to take the input of the PPDS plan, which was being
Yeah.
scheduled nicely. Take that up, and then run it
Is
so
it
that I
mostly
can
for
see.
your components? Why are you doing
No,
it
for the
again? Is it for your com
no
to
for the
get the
FG only.
component?
No,
Okay.
for the FG only, finished good only. But we won't send
Oh,
it
so
back
once the
to PPDS.
okay, okay. I think once the finished good is done, you want to deploy that. So mostly for
Yes, exactly,
ATGs.
exactly,
Okay, okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Got
So yeah, I mean, those kind of things that we can do, even though IBP cannot do a detailed scheduling, but yeah, we can very well send it to PPDS and
like
then
you
let
like
them
at
do
least
it.
like a rough cut level you can do it. Okay, got it.
Yes, 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 and bring it back,
And then
and then
did they leave the GATP piece alone, or did they got it into
no, no,
IBP as well?
GATP is gone. The GATP is not there in IBP. I think GATP is also is moved to S4. So the other things that we can see in IBP is like, one is there is an inventory piece here, which is inventory optimization. We have DDMRP and stuff. This will help you to come up with the right safety stocks across your supply chain network. This is one algorithm which
Oh wow.
SAP has acquired from Simple Apps. And then yeah, so inventory optimization is one piece, and then there is the sales and operations piece, which is not there in
Yeah.
APO. This is kind of a strategic and tactical decision processes, where you bring up all your departments and then try to come up with one
I
single
mean,
organization-wide plan.
we still kind of, yeah, I mean, we're still using APO for the same thing. We kind of come up with some fancy key figures. It's crude
Yeah,
way,
but
but we're still using.
yeah, but here it's like it's the I mean, the interface is so smooth. It is so eye candy. There are all these Gantt charts,
Okay.
and it's all colorful. It's nice. I mean, we'll see it. How to create a sales and operations planning, how to bring up all these different departments into
We
together,
really need this to woo the managers, I think.
Yes, and then we have this control tower module, which we are currently, looking at. So control tower is
Okay.
like, I mean, all the reporting related stuff we do it. So you can have an end-to-end view on your supply chain. You can plot charts, you can plot analytics, you can create dashboards, and you can create supply chain networks, and etc. etc.
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue with the alerts today.
Yeah.
So there are two type of alerts here. One is a key figure alerts, another is a custom alerts. Okay, so key figure alert means key figure alert means that it is a key figure based alert. That means we have to write a key figure for it. uh, we also have to write a calculation for it. Alert could be like, for example, if my inventory targets are not being met, so I'll write a key figure. I'll write an alert key figure, and then I'll say that if my projected stocks are less than my inventory targets, there is an alert, and if not, there is no alert. So now this, once you make it as a key figure, that means it would be available inside the planning area, and then any other planner can also view that key figure alert, because that becomes an element of it becomes a configuration element, right? And then once that key figure is there, you can apply it across your planning views. For example, we have seen a planning view here that's called marketing forecast. You create 10 planning views, like a brand level inventory target, a SKU level inventory target, XYZ location region inventory targets, supply plan targets, deployment plan. So you create all these different planning views, and all these views has an inventory target element to it. And then whoever is viewing that particular related data, if you want to highlight them, saying that the inventory target is not being met on this particular day, for this particular planning combination, so you can very well use this key figure and then create alerts. So there, in the planning view, I'm clicking on edit view here. So it shows all the dimensions of this planning view. So here, this is just a pop-up. So there are scenarios, what scenario you're selecting, what versions, what is the planning scope, time horizon, and then the sub networks. This is a time dimension, so where we specify whether I want to view it in week or month or quarter or days, and then the filtering options here, and then the rolling options here. This is a planning level. Right now I'm viewing it product and customer, not brand or not product family, etc. This is a key figure.
Uh, okay, can you be a bit
Yeah.
slow, because your screen is lagging for me? So
Oh, okay, sure. I think there's network issues. So yeah, so what I'm trying to say here is that where will the alerts fit in the Excel planning view from a config perspective? So I wouldn't say config. So config means it's actually we're writing a key figure calculation itself. But where do we select the alerts in the Excel planning view? Okay, so when you click on edit planning view, it shows up this big pop-up box where you can edit all the dimensions of your planning view. It could be a time dimension, it could be a key figure, it could be a layout, it could be a filtering, it could be an alert. So you see here alert thing comes here, and here you can add an alert. And if you click on this, it shows all the alerts.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you come back to the screen again? I missed that screen. Maybe due to the delay or something.
Its screen.
Yeah, this screen. So I couldn't. What is the starting screen for this? You clicked some button like edit planning view. So I just
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
see that screen.
Sure. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, these are the different dimensions. Here you will select the key figure alert that you have written in the as per the planning area configuration, and here you can select that key figure which you have written a calculation logic, and then where you have activated it. Okay. But today we're not going to get into the key figure alerts. There is a different when we actually start with the configuration of the planning area. I mean to say how we create an attribute, how we create a custom master data, how we create a key figure, time profile, etc., etc. At that time, when we are touch basing on the key figures, there are different key figures that are there, like a snapshot key figure, helper key figure, alert key figure, and then there are the few varieties. And at that time, we'll see an alert key figure. Right now, we'll focus on the custom web-based alerts. Yeah, and edit view, yes, so edit view is here. You see there is this entire four options belongs to the planning view here. Is it visible? I hope there is no lag.
It's visible now. Yeah.
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 So here in the planning view there are four options, and then the third option is edit view. So and then
Okay.
again under the edit view there are different options, but yeah, I mean we will spend in detail on it. So you click on this, it shows up here. That is one way, and then there's also another way that I mean you can quickly edit it. For example, you right click on this planning view, there is a quick edit. So because if you're not interested to edit the entire dimensions of your planning view, you want to quickly edit it, so you click on right click, come to the first options, and you do your stuff. So let's say I'm deleting selected attribute. If I delete this attribute, the attribute called customer ID, system just does the aggregation. It aggregates all the customer IDs forecast for this product M10B, and it shows the value there. So I'll click on delete selected attribute, and then it just takes off the dimension. It is saying one error because I entered a value of 2000 and didn't save it. So it is saying that you might lose the value. So yes, you see here M10B, and then it became 9000. Then I can create edit view, and then I'll just add an attribute after, or maybe before, I should say. I think I'll say brand. So you see here M10B, M10R belongs to Samsung M series. N10, N9, NG, N9W, they all belong to the brand Galaxy Note. So if I move this to the further left, this makes more sense because the the visualizations would be much better. We can actually come up with some kind of a hierarchy on it.
This is very beautiful, but one question: do you give this to the users to the end users for them to able to do this,
Yeah,
or is
not
it
all users
only?
will have. Yeah, only a particular section of users. Usually the templates would be
Okay,
non-editable. Yeah. And then we'll also I
okay,
mean we can go in such a detail that we can take off this stuff. For example, here template admin. So this
okay,
is a thing where you can manage all your templates. You can add, you can create folders, you can organize, you can do all that. But usually we won't give this. We'll just take off all this. And sometimes we'll take off all this advanced here, because from here you will run all your operators, inventory
okay,
optimizations,
okay.
SNOP operator, and then you can schedule it from here. Sometimes we don't want the planners to do it, so we can restrict it.
Okay, and then like based upon the user, you can restrict those things, I guess, correct?
Yes, yes, and also the key figure also we can go in detail. We can restrict not to edit
And
this
then when
marketing
you
forecast
say
only.
restrict here, sir, so when you say restrict, what does it mean? I mean, is it a basis level of restriction or is it configuration? When I
No, I
say I
mean,
don't want like that a template admin to show up for like planner X,
uh-huh.
so is it configuration or do I have to go talk with my basis security team?
Yeah. Security team, and then I think they'll be aware, or maybe sometimes you have to go and say like, please don't assign this particular catalog, business catalog, to this particular business role, and then he'll not say it.
Oh, okay. So we need to work in conjunction with the
Yeah, and
security
but
team.
majority of the
Okay.
times in all the three projects that I have worked, those guys are aware of it because that is a day-to-day job. So if we go with the requirement that okay, they don't want to see this particular thing, I think they are aware. Or maybe we can also go and suggest them that please don't include this particular access permission to this kind of a set of users.
Right,
Okay.
sir. Got
Yeah.
it.
So so we just seen the key figure alerts. They are configured during the implementation of the project. Okay, but whereas the custom alerts, this is our focus for today, which is part of the control tower module. So these are end user configured alerts in the web UI. So I mean, like on the fly, user can go and user can create an alert, and then an end user can go and create an alert, on the existing key figures, right? That's the catch here. So for example, during the implementation, the entire project scope, you might be coming up with some 500 odd key figures. There are 500 key figures that are there inside your planning area. 500 are like, including all alert key figures, everything. But now if the end user wants to do any custom alerts, he can only play with those existing 500 key figures. He cannot come up with another new fancy requirement that okay, now I want something to be there on safety stock, plus my inventory target is less than my last year's projected stock, something like that. Not possible. So existing key figures only he can go and put an alert. That's one. End user, user can create the alert
Are you saying
definition.
that like we can't add any key figures later on once something is activated?
No, we can, but that's a change requirement, right? I mean, once it gone live, the process in even in APO also, if a new key figure requirement is coming in, we have to follow a particular process for it. So that's what I mean to say.
Right,
So
right. So I mean, it is feasible. I mean, it is
it's
still
feasible. Yes,
feasible,
yes,
right? Okay,
yes.
okay. Okay, because sometimes adding in APO, like adding some key figures or like even a new characteristic is like a big headache. Now it got little better.
Yes, and especially the characteristics and all that stuff. We'll see it now how we'll add a custom attribute to an existing planning combination, and then the impact of it, etc. We'll see that.
So those would be still a little even out in this, I'm assuming.
Yes. I mean, not that easy, but a bit easy. And then if you follow the procedure, because it's in web
Okay.
interface, and then you just click on save, and then that kind of a stuff. Yeah, because there are no transaction hosts here, and then it's not a traditional blue screen which ticks you off kind of a thing. So yeah, so
Okay,
yeah, and then
in other words, are you saying the key figure alerts and the custom alerts users can make those by themselves, or is it still IT?
no, users can make themselves.
Okay.
Even the charts users can make for themselves. Even the dashboards users can make themselves. Okay, another thing I want to highlight here, guys, is that this is the direction that SAP is moving, and in fact every other product technology, that they all are trying to empower the end user. So they are giving a lot of control, and they are making the end users more comfortable so that they can do half of their tasks by themselves. So in IBP, if you have carefully if you observe going forward, they are kind of a smooth and easy that if the planners can put a little attention to it, he can do it themselves. So there won't be any change requests. There won't be any extra extra efforts that are required to do this. And having said that, in all the three implementations that I have worked in, the project size is significantly low compared to any of the APO traditional implementation. So yeah, so majority of the things, I mean not majority, like some of the things that I show here can be done by the end user himself. Okay, when end user is configuring an alert, he can create the alert definition, the kind of definition that he wants, greater than this much, less than this much, etc., etc. He can create the definition that he wants. Custom alerts are not available on Excel UI. It is just visible only on the web interface. And then he can create an alert, he can delete that alert, and then he can share that alert, he can do all the stuff. He can specify threshold values. Based on this, system analyzes the data on the fly, and then it shows the alert that is there. So available apps, there is a catalog called as alerts here, tiles. There are 4 different apps that are available. One is define and subscribe custom alerts overview, monitor custom alerts, define custom alerts overview. Okay, so let's create one an alert, and we'll see it. So yesterday we have seen the marketing forecast, and then sales forecast, right? So let's take a scenario that the marketing team wants to know. They want to compare their forecast with the sales team forecast. Sales team forecast comes up with their forecast based on their sales history and their their sales pitch and etc, etc. But whereas the marketing forecast comes up based on the promotions, etc, etc. Now the business case that we're dealing is that the marketing forecast team wants to be notified if their forecast is greater than the sales forecast. So let's see if there is any of the such scenario. Or maybe let's just say low. Let's say marketing forecast is less than sales forecast, because I could see the data that I have maintained is like that. So let's create that kind of alert. Okay, alerts, click on this alert. It shows all these 4 apps. I'm clicking on first here, define and subscribe custom alerts. So there are already 3 alerts are already there. So now I'm creating a new alert here. Click on this plus mark here. You're adding a custom alert. So this is a custom alert definition. New, this page appears. There's nothing in it. We have to do all the selections. Giving a name. And you can specify what category of this alert is. There are 3 categories that are already created. We'll see how to create a category. Just like grouping the alerts. You say that this is marketing team. That means this is related to the marketing team. That means marketing team has created these alerts. Next is you have to pick up your planning area, and then this is our planning area. Type your planning area. It shows you the matching results. Click on this test config. And now you specify at what level you're doing the calculation. I'm doing my calculation at customer ID. Let's just do it at customer ID itself. I mean, let's not get into the product ID level, right? So time horizon. Let's do it at, I think we don't have that much of a data. It just have only these, these 8-9 buckets of data, 8 weeks. So let's stick to the weeks. Choose the filtering options. It is starting from a 2017, week 17, 2017. That is where it is based on the time profile that you have loaded. Come to the current date. It would be maybe week 16. Okay, the current week is a week 17th week of 2019, and do it maybe for, you can see all these got grayed out because they are already they don't come into the the window that we're going to select. So The severity is let's say high, creating a high alert. Excel template also, you can map a template here, because if there is any alert, if the user wants to get into the Excel planning view, he can go to the Excel planning view to see more data. Alert rules. Now this is where I'm giving a rule. What is the rule? So the rule would be my marketing forecast is less than, I can give a value, I'll say 10,000. Then in any combination, if the forecast is less than 10,000, it gives an alert. Okay. Accordingly, there are this greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, is null, not null, etc. is there, right? So, or I can say percentage. So the moment I bring upon the percentages, that means I'm comparing my forecast, marketing forecast, with another key figure. Okay, so here the rules can be that you are putting an alert based on an absolute value. For example, let's say you are running a forecast, and then you can say that my marketing forecast is null, and then put an alert. You run the forecast, there are like some, like 100 customers are there, 50 products are there, it gives you 150 combinations, and then you put a null here. And then if, for example, if there is no sales history, if something went wrong, maybe some alpha value, beta value, there is no value, there is no forecast for that particular combination, put an alert like this. You'll see the combinations where there is no forecast because the value is null. So in those cases, this absolute comparison would be helpful. uh, or if you go with the relativity, so you check on percentage. I'm saying this is less than 90% of the sales forecast. Let's say, I'm not sure how my data is there, it was arbitrarily maintained just for training purposes. Marketing forecast is less than 90% of sales forecast. Put an alert. You can create another group, another alert. I mean another rule. What I mean to say is, and again, you'll also say that marketing um, forecast quantity is not null. Okay, two combinations. So here you will say all rule groups satisfied, any rule group is satisfied. I will say all rule groups are satisfied. That means the alert would be active if this satisfies, this satisfies. First, marketing forecast shouldn't be null, first criteria. Second criteria is, and again, if it is less than 90% of sales forecast, give an alert. Then there are some machine learning rules to identify the exceptions, and then the data clustering stuff. Let's not get in there. We will see it in detail. It was kind of a, we need to dig deep into it. So metrics, what metrics you want to see when this alert is active? So obviously we want to see the marketing forecast first, because what is my forecast, and then what is my what is my sales forecast. And if you want to see any other value, like what is the sales history, like any other data points that you are interested to see if the alert is active. For now, just put those only two. How about the display options? How you want to see the alert? Target currency pick, there is no currency because they are not revenue related stuff. Target unit of measure, cases. Chart type has to be bar chart or a column chart. Let's say this is bar chart. Choose any other charts. Sharing, how you want to share. So I'll share it to the user that I know. Okay. Or maybe user groups. You have to pick one user group. You can do that sharing here. So now we are done with our definition of the alert, and that means I can create an alert as a, like, for example, I'm a marketing manager for the Samsung business line. I'm creating an alert. Now I need to make my users subscribe to it. Okay, then only if the subscription is not happening, they'll not see the alerts on it. Okay, so I'm also subscribing to this user ID. Subscribe, the name is also, I'll give the name, same name.
So it is not that we assign to the users has to come by and subscribe to this.
No, whoever is creating the alert, he can go and subscribe it. He'll
He can
make
like
the other
go
users. Yes,
he can.
just like that.
Oh, he gives access to the other users. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, so that they'll also be notified that there's an alert that this marketing
Or
forecast
is
is
it
less
like,
than 90%.
because the word subscribe almost sounds like there would be alerts in like somewhere, and if I want to get that alert, I'm gonna go and like say I need it. Which way is it? Is it like the user giving it to the, I mean, the power user giving it to the users, or users going and selecting which alerts they want, what that was already
The
created
power
by the power user?
the power user is going to make other users to subscribe it, and not just power user, any user, like a normal user
Make to
can also.
subscribe. Okay. When you say
Yeah.
make to subscribe, I'm kind of confused. Is it uh, where like they can come and like select it, or is it like I'm gonna
No,
give
I will.
access to them?
No, I will only say, so here the subscription part, I gave a subscription name, I'll give a filter,
Uh-huh.
I'll give a display options. There is a sharing here. Now here I'll click the users that I want, and then share it to the user that so that this the users that I picked from here will be get the sharing of this alerts.
And no other users will not even know that these alerts exist.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm saving it. The alert has been saved. Marketing forecast, the sales forecast. This is high. Okay, now if I go to my
And I saw one thing which you kind of moved, and it's very interesting to me because I'm learning about it, the machine learning.
Mhm.
Will you go into details about it, or is there any way I can learn about that more? How this guy is doing?
It is still evolving. Machine learning is one of the highest priority, on the SAP IBP roadmap. You can go into the Google and then type it. So they're still making it more mature. So, but yes, we'll go and see it how to use, machine learning. But it's not the name is so, you know, uh, deviating or so fancy, but it's not that great. So I have tested it. It's not that great, but yeah, we'll see it. So I'll click on this
Because one
custom
of the
alerts overview.
applications, okay,
Hmm.
because one of the applications which I was trying to really use machine language just on the outside is for forecast accuracy and picking up the right forecast methods. So I was hoping if SAP has like provided any solution for that.
Okay. So as of now, it is just the best fit functionality that we have in APO. So you specify a particular error measure, and then it's there. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
yeah,
doesn't work. I have done a lot of research on it. That doesn't work much for a
yeah, yeah.
few factors. Anyways, okay, so machine language here is still evolving and it is not to a level
Hmm.
where it is the metal has to be yet to be proven.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So there's a comment from Funny. In APO, we use AMON1 and macro, especially user exit macro for some alerts or such custom alerts possible. Combining alerts and Excel macros in IBP. Is it possible? No, we cannot combine the Excel macros in IBP. So we have just seen when creating an alert. So what all combinations we can, what all data points that we can give here. So this is just, uh, you know, pick up the existing key figures, come up with some rules greater than this much, less than this much if it is not null, and then compare it with an absolute value, and then save it, subscribe it, and then you can have an alert. So that's the max that we can do it in here. So custom alerts. So as of now, I have subscribed to all these alerts that are there. So I'll just open it. There were currently 5,039 alerts are there, and then I can see high alerts are 3, medium are 1 to 1, low are 4,915. And then the colors, high alert will have red 3, oranges are 121, deviation in forecast, high forecast with DB scan, without DB scan, high is there. So we're interested more in the high. Just now we created that. I'll click on 3 here. It will take me to those 3 combinations. 3 places the alerts is there. So it is showing those 3 places. Okay. Now key figure is marketing forecast. Value is 10,264. Severity is high. This is a subscription. The level is Reliance. You see here, the Reliance has an alert, and then eBay has an alert. Flipkart has an alert. So I clicked on one. So see here, there are 3 here. So this is the first one, marketing forecast quantity. The marketing forecast blue color is 10,000, but whereas the sales is 36,000. Huge difference. It's not less than 90%. So this is the alert, and then you can see here customer ID is Reliance, and then there's another alert on eBay, and then there's another alert on Flipkart. So I'll do one thing. I'll snooze out this Flipkart. I mean, I'm not worried about this thing. I'll go and click on snooze. I'll say snooze until data change, snooze until what? Snooze indefinitely. So I'm saying snooze indefinitely. I mean, I don't care. Flipkart is not nothing to worry about. But whereas my eBay is, I'm really concerned about this alert. So because the marketing is 5,000 and sales for is 8,295. So what I can do? Now what I can do with this alert is that I can alert. I mean, I can put some actions on this alert so that I can work on this alert, and I'll know, I can track what's happening on this alert. Okay, so now what I'll do is, as a marketing manager, I have seen this alert that there is for eBay customer, huge variation is there. Now I'll do is, I'll add a case. I'm creating a case. So this is a new case. I'm creating a case for this. So I'm creating a case that eBay so I'm assigning an owner. So he is I know this user, and then assign it to the users, and then due date is this. Before this date, you guys have to work on it. So I'm saving a case. So the moment I created a case, you see there is this kind of a case here. There's a suitcase icon here comes in, so that means there's a case assigned to it. Okay, now what we'll do inside this case. Okay, I'll go to the home screen now. So let's say I'm a marketing manager. I assign to there are 5-member team I have. I assign it to the first member I have. So here what I'll do is, here for him, for the app called manage cases, he'll get a case here. But as of now, I assigned the case to myself. But in real time, it could be the power user can create a case for eBay. He can assign to one user. Amazon, he can create to another user. So, and he'll get a notification like this. There are 2 cases that are there. I'll open the case now. So there's the 3 cases that are there, and then there is this eBay marketing forecast deviation cases there. I'll open it. And then here it is saying comparison of marketing forecast quantity, and then the customer ID is eBay, forecast is 5,931. He can click on it. He will get more detail. I mean, he'll again go back to the um, to the alert page, so that that user can get more details on it. So now what he'll do, so again, I'm in the monitor customer alerts. Let's go to the manage cases app. Okay, this is app. So now what I'll do is, I'll go to the comments. I'll say that they verified the results. Scheduling a meeting with the team. Then I'll say enter. So I left a comment on it. Okay, and then yes, and then let's say after the meeting is done, just assume that we are mocking up a scenario here. I'll say that rerunning the forecast, or maybe adjusting something like alpha or something, just something random. So I'm just giving another comment. So now what I'll do is, I'll go here, and then I'll also take a snapshot of it. So what is the current value? The first snapshot was taken at this timestamp. The value is this much marketing forecast, and let me go and change it for the customer. I'll increase the forecast here. 1 second, I'll just bring out the customer ID dimension. I'll take off all this. I hope my marketing forecast is editable. eBay, where is eBay? Yes, eBay is here. Marketing forecast is this much. So so let's do this much.
We can adjust like which level it could be adjustable and which levels it shouldn't be.
Nope, nope, that is not there. There was a fixing option, but editing option, we that is at a base planning level only. I mean, we cannot say that okay, at an aggregated level you can go, we cannot edit it, but base planning level you can edit it. That option is not there. I think let me reconfirm, but I haven't heard of it till now. I haven't heard of it. So because as you rightly mentioned, that marketing forecast is at week, product, at location, customer level. So inside eBay there are like 7 product IDs that are there, but I'm aggregating, viewing at eBay, and then maintaining the values at here. So
Yeah.
so
And then
yeah,
disaggregation happens probably
sure,
by,
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, the disaggregation happens based on the mode that we specify, whether it's a copy disaggregation, proportional disaggregation, or maybe based on other key figure. Those all things that we can
So
do.
basically, you have already like configured. I'm thinking. Okay.
Yes, I've already configured, so that's what I meant to say. Yes. So so now what I'll do is so I click on add snapshot. So I just changed the values, right? I added a snapshot. Okay, the snapshot was added. You see, snapshots became 2. Now, okay, the values is still 5993. What, the data didn't got saved, or whether it is in cases or something, but yeah, whatever. So so this is what mean to say that you can actually keep a track on the alert, right? So and then I can go and put a comment that uh, deviation has come down, um, updating the team on the new results or something like that. You click on this. So this is how you can play with the alerts right now. So what we
And then
have
the
seen,
snapshot you have shown, how many we can have?
I think we can take as many as possible. So this is just a snapshot on an alert, but we're not talking about snapshot key figure itself. If it is a snapshot key figure, it becomes like any other key figure. So there is a restriction that you can take only 9 snapshots.
How many?
9.
9. Okay. Because
9
that would be more
snapshots.
data issue, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because you're taking a snapshot for the entire planning combinations or etc. So yeah, that's all for today, folks. I think the thing is that more people are actually supposed to join, but they are not joining. I don't know. The team is following it up, so I'm supposed to take it low, not supposed to cover as many topics as possible. But yes, I think today we have significantly learned something. So today we have seen kind of an overview on the Excel planning views, and then we have talked about overview on alerts. We have seen key figure based alerts. I mean, we talked, not seen. And then we talked about custom alerts, right? And then we created a custom alert, right? That is through web app. We created that. And then we also created, what we have seen it there. We have seen the definition of it. We have seen the logic, the actual calculation logic. And then what else we have seen there? And then we have seen the display options, how it has to be displayed, and then sharing, etc. And then finally what we did, we had seen the overview. It displays the high, medium, low, and then we'll click on high. I mean, it also gives a number that how many high alerts are there, how many medium are there, how many low are there. Click on high, it takes to the all the alert, 4 alerts, 4 combinations where the alert is there. Like we have seen, there are 3 alerts. eBay, 1 alert. Think Reliance is another alert. Another customer, the alert is there. So we can actually go into the details of on which combination there is an alert, and then we can, we've seen that. And then finally, what we have done, we have alert to action. So this is a topic name, alert to action. So one second, Funny. Let me just recap on it. So alert to action, what we have done here, we have added a case to a particular alert, right? So it's not that I have added cases for all the alerts. There's only one customer which I'm really concerned about, that is eBay, and I added a case for that. For others, I have snoozed it. There are other options that are available. Add a case to a particular alert, and then here we have gone to the manage cases app, and then here what we did, we left comments and taken some snapshots, and then basically added some more details onto that alert. So yes folks, so this is what we have seen today. And then there's a SLG1 logs. No more. Are alerts just made active, or do we schedule them? SLG1 logs, you're talking about process chains here, Funny? So there is a process chain concept also in IBP. It comes under the application jobs. You create a job and then you schedule it. So that's one. And then the alerts will not go in there. That's a different topic altogether. So here are alerts just made active, or we just schedule them? No, we just create an alert, and then we make them active here. And then once the alert is active, it always looks for it always reads the data based on the logic that we have mentioned. If the data is meeting that particular criteria, it gives an alert, and we can see those alerts in the custom alerts overview. So it's not like we're scheduling them or anything. But yes, we can really make them inactive. So for example, here this is active alert, right, that we have made. So marketing forecast versus sales forecast, this is active here. I'll just go and edit it, and then I'll make it as inactive. So like this thing. But there is, I think you're mentioning about scheduling them. Can you make me as a presenter? Why Vijay? Why you want to be as a presenter?
Me. Did I? No.
No, Vijay. I mean, why do you want to become a presenter? I mean, you want to show us something or what?
No. Did I put that comment? No, actually, I did not put that comment.
Okay, sure. Yeah, fine. So yeah, so yes, thanks guys. So this is all we learned today. Hope we'll have a full round of audience tomorrow, so that we can go in detail. And also I have made a note of two things. One is to go as much as detail as possible in the machine learning algorithms when we are creating an alert. And second thing is can we restrict the user not to edit, not to maintain data at an aggregated level or at any level that we want. So I'll do a research on that. I'll let you know.
Great. Thank you
Thanks
so
guys.
much.
Thanks guys. Just whatever you have, just recap on it, and then come up with the questions tomorrow. We can touch base on it tomorrow again. Sure.
Sounds good.
Thanks guys. Yes. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.